Unit 7, Lesson 3 test. Number 1. The shape of the land in western Texas is dominated by tensional tectonic forces, plates and tension. Based on this information, which type of mountains would you expect to find in this part of Texas? A. Volcanic, B. Fault block, C. Understanding. Number 2. Over long periods of time, tectonic forces can cause mountains to form. In which tectonic setting are folded mountains most likely to form? A. Convergent boundary, B. Transform boundary, C. Divergent boundary. Number 3. Long ago, the eastern part of North America collided with the northern part of Africa during the formation of the supercontinent Pangaea. Which of the following describes what happened when the two continents collided? A. Folded mountains formed as a result of tensional stress. B. Fault block mountains formed as a result of tensional stress. C. Folded mountains formed as a result of compressional stress. Number 4. Long ago, in the eastern part of North America and the northern part of Africa were part of the supercontinent Pangaea. Later, the two continents separated as Pangaea broke apart. Which of the following describes what happened when the two continents separated? A. Folded mountains formed as a result of tensional stress. B. Fault block mountains formed as a result of tensional stress. C. Folded mountains formed as a result of compressional stress. Number 5. Tectonic plates can move toward each other and squeeze large blocks of rocks together, creating folds. Which of the following terms describes this kind of fold, shown on the right? A. Syncline, B. Anticline, C. Symmetrical fold. Number 6. What is the primary way that folded mountains form? A. By tension, B. By shear stress, C. By compression. Number 7. The San Andreas Fault in California is a strike-slip fault. Which of these statements best describes a strike-slip fault? A. Two blocks move past each other horizontally. B. One fault block moves up relative to the other. C. One fault block moves down relative to the other. Number 8. What happens to rocks during deformation? A. Rocks become minerals. B. Rocks change shape and size. C. Rocks change into metal ores. Number 9. This diagram shows the formation of fault block mountains. The arrows show the direction of the force. The curving line on the top of each figure depicts a river. What does the letter L represent? A. The hanging wall, B. The footwall, C. The eclipse line. Number 10. The figure below shows mountains that formed at a boundary between two tectonic plates. How could tectonic plate motion cause this type of deformation? Hint, Step 1, identify the type of mountain. Step 2, relate the type of mountain to the type of stress that causes it. Step 3, relate the type of stress that caused the mountain to the type of plate boundary at which the type of stress occurs. A. Compression at a convergent boundary causes folded mountains to form. B. Compression at a divergent boundary causes folded mountains to form. C. Tension at a convergent boundary caused fault block mountains to form. Number 11. The figure below shows mountains that formed along a tectonic plate boundary. What type of stress would cause this type of deformation? Hint, Step 1, identify the type of mountain. Step 2, relate the type of mountain to the type of plate boundary at which it forms. Step 3, relate the type of plate boundary to the type of stress that occurs there. A. Tension, B. Compression, C. Shear stress. Number 12. The figure below shows three kinds of faults: a normal fault, a reverse fault, and a strike-slip fault. What type of motion happens in a normal fault? A. The footwall drops down relative to the hanging wall. B. The hanging wall drops down relative to the footwall. C. The walls move side to side past each other horizontally. Number 13. The figure below shows three kinds of faults: normal faults, reverse faults, and strike-slip faults. What kind of movement occurs along a reverse fault? A. The footwall moves up relative to the hanging wall. B. The hanging wall moves up relative to the footwall. C. The hanging wall drops down relative to the footwall. Number 14. Which of the following can form as a result of tension caused by tectonic plate movement? A. Syncline, B. An anticline, C. A fault block mountain. Number 15. This diagram shows the formation of fault block mountains. The arrows outside the block show the directions of the force. Arrows inside the block show the directions of movement. The blocks K and L move along a line marked J. What does the letter J represent? A. A river, B. A fault, C. A rock layer.